Right, well peeps, we're nearly at the moment of truth with this. This has not gone as it should have. When I do my paint jobs, I paint stuff on the inside like a normal Lexan shell, but I use the overspray film on the outside to do stuff like the sort of matte or silk sort of plastic trim, satin plastic trim, and I used the paints I had to hand. I bought the red paint for the bodywork. The white paint has not reacted well with the red paint. It's taking forever to dry. The silver for the gorillas reacted to the white paint, although I did a test piece on the edge that I cut off and it worked on that. So I don't know, because there's more white paint on there, it wasn't completely dry. I don't know, but I'm hoping when I take the over film off, that cracking that you're not really showing on the camera doesn't come through the red underneath. I'd be pissed, because right there it's going to be the worst possible place. The red coat didn't go on very well. It was windy on the last coat and I rushed it and there was runs and it's just like, ooh. Now whether it's just because this is an important build to me that it seems to have been fighting me more than usual. Right, anyway, so I use this spray to plastic paint. Now you couldn't do a whole body shell with it, it would come off, but for small areas it sticks to Lexan if you use it carefully. So I paint that, which is a gloss coat, on, and then I use either this Rust-Oleum satin black or this Auto Extreme, which is cheap nasty paint price wise, but it does a really good job. That paint is the satin finish on this truck. I don't know if it's coming out, but it came out brilliantly. It did a fantastic job. It looks just like plastic. On this truck it did not. You can see on there it didn't do too badly, but you can see there's a shine on here. It didn't give anywhere near the satin finish it should have. I painted the Rust-Oleum on that wood. It should be this finish, and it's usually really good. It looks just like that, but for different reason over that paint it decided to be gloss, so I went over it with that. It did like a semi-gloss, so this section of the bumper should be grey. Should like this colour, this light grey. I went to mask it and the masking tape just did not, it messed up the black. I managed to smooth it over with my finger, so I think painting 3 coats of paint on this in reasonably quick succession, it took longer to dry than it should have. So I'm just going to take the overspray film off, trim the arches, and then leave it for a week. So now, because this process is very finicky, I don't have a tripod. I'm not even going to attempt to show you the removing the film like I have done previously. All I will do is maybe this, if I get this little corner off, to get it, you can see my horror. Oh yes, it's not too bad, I don't think. Are we tempting the fates here? Oh, ooh, okay, right then, promising. Right, so let me take all this film off and come back to you. Well, not as bad as I expected. You can't see any cracking on the hood. I've still got to be careful because this black paint is still tacky. I've put some fingerprints in it. The vents in the hood, well, yeah, that's my cutting skills for the masking, not anything else. This grey part, I'm going to leave this as it is for now. but the silver, it's a gunmetal grey, but it's a very bright gunmetal grey, but it's worked okay for this. Now I sprayed it straight to Lexan. It's not a Lexan paint, so we'll see how that works out. Right, so the back end, yeah, we'll ignore that. Yeah, I've still got some stuff to pull off, but like I said, the paint is still tacky, so we'll take off the window masks. I've come back to it halfway because when you're recording with this phone, after 10 minutes or so, it just goes into standby mode and that's your recording ended. So I thought I needed to come back to it and do a little bit more video before it cut me off. Right, so I'm going to take off the window masks now. You can see that the window masks weren't actually big enough, all of them, which I didn't notice until after I'd painted it. This one wasn't. These are the masks, the genuine masks that came with the, where's this thing gone? Ah, there it is. Now, Parma PSC went out of business in 2016, I've googled it. But a company called Mid-America Raceway, they're a massive model shop in the Midwest of America that have a track and a shop. They bought the rights to make the body shells. Now they have leftover brand new old stock, which I believe this is, and they bought the molds and they make their own, which is why some of the shells, they've still got quite a few shells available. They kept all of the most popular selling ones from Parma and kept them going. So I don't know if this is a brand new shell or a new old stock one, but oh, there we go, look, Parma International, Progress Parkway, North Royalton, Ohio. So that's the address of Midwest Raceway. So I'm going to assume this is a reproduction using original tooling. Now, like I say, I've ordered the J10, the Jeep J10 that Joe drives in Twister, as its little companion piece, but I don't have a chassis for that, so that's what I'm researching now. Anyway, let me come back to it and finish all the removals, and we'll see the virtually finished product. Right, well, you can't imagine the relief. There's still a few bits of film to take off, but oh my god, that looks. I'm very happy. Let's put it that way. Something on the floor I've just kicked. I am very happy with how that has turned out. There's still some bits of paint that have come flaked off when I peeled off the film. There's some very slight overspray there. There's some, you can't see it so much now, taking the headlight masks off. Yeah. Get it off, yeah. It just comes off, but if you leave it too long, it sticks. So yeah. Now these aren't the final wheels. I don't have any 155 wheels that look good on this. I had well, this chassis has come from the Ford Ranger that I made. So the tyres, the wheels and tyres that were on it are also no good. So I managed to get sandblast the tyres off. I don't remember if they were always that hard, or was it a lifetime sat on the shelf doing that. I've done that, but yeah. I've got some money coming soon. When I get that money, I may have to trim the arches a little bit. These tyres were a little oversized compared to the ones that were on it, but they look the perfect size. So I have to just trim the arches a little bit to make it fit. You shouldn't tell too much because these are body coloured, they're not trims anyway, they're part of the arches or fenders. So yeah, very impressed with that. I'm going to leave it there because I want to come back to it when the body's mounted. I made a mounting, like I showed in the last video, I made a mounting bracket for the back, but I need to fasten that back on. I need to glue the magnets to the body now. And some minor little trims and tucks in. Oh, I forgot to take them off the back. Yeah. Okay, bear with me. There we go, a little finishing touch. Now, you can see the window stickers weren't the best for this. And there's a few little lines that I've messed up, which I can mask off later and redo once the paint has properly dried, hard to touch. I took the back windows out now. If I remember rightly, on Bill's Twister truck, the bed was red, but I can always paint that black later if I feel the need. The smell was quite strong, so I'm going to leave it alone now until the smell of paint disappears, which is usually a good sign the gas has stopped coming out and the paint is dry. Right, okay then. Thanks for watching, peeps, and I'm very excited to get a running video for this one. It's Father's Day next week. Yeah, it's Father's Day next weekend, and me and my daughter usually go out and run some cars. Hopefully, I'll have this one with us. We'll be able to get some running video for this puppy. Oh, yeah, definitely. The wheels are definitely slightly. They looked alright with the smaller tyres, but now that I've got the slightly larger tyres on, they do need trimming just a little bit. Anyway, thanks for watching, peeps.